There's a popular saying, one person can make a change, and everyone should try. Our next speaker, Mr. Vaibhav Patil, is a commerce lecturer at Kartika High School and Junior College, Kurla. He is the co-founder president of Prangan Foundation, Dombivli, an organization which aims that every child in our country has an equal opportunity to education. He is the core team member of Feeding India Dombivli chapter and has also arranged the rubella vaccination camp for college students. He has also received many academic awards as well as community service awards. We welcome Mr. Vaibhav Patil. Over to you, Vaibhav.
Thank you. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
To impart education as it creates impact on generation. Hello. Failures often open doors to dynamic opportunities. This is something I have learned the hard way. Before moving on,
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, आपकी आवाज में थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है.
now is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. This is something I have learned the hard way. Before moving on with my talk, a little piece of information for everyone to understand that whatever work I have been able to do till date, this is not a one-man thing alone. Rather, it is the blood sweat of a group of people who are ready to devote themselves for a cause. They are like our educators, our supporters, our volunteers, parents. Hence, I will be using we instead of I because I strongly believe, or we strongly believe, in the African proverb that is Ubuntu. I am because we are. Coming from a vernacular medium school had its own pros and cons. As an 18-year-old boy who was never exposed to such extravagant campuses or way of living, I was not only fascinated, but it is also made me realize that the journey in the world of diversity was not going to be a cakewalk for me. Am I audible?
Sir, there's some static in your voice.
Okay.
Hello. Is it audible now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, thank you. So I was not only fascinated, but it was also made me realize that journey in this world of diversity was not only the cakewalk for me. It was in the year 2008 that I entered in the much colorful world of Somaya University or Somaya campus with a dream to pursue my higher studies. So I belong to Dombivli, and we were not that much exposed to the outer world. So it was only a little later that reality started hitting me. Just like any other vernacular medium students, I had hard times to coping with my English because it was not that much concrete. I was highly intimidated by my peers who were extremely fluent in English, and while I struggled to even try. There was one movie that is Super 30 in that Hrithik Roshan said, बहुत सारे दरवाजे ऐसे होते हैं बच्चों के लिए कि वो इसलिए नहीं खुल पाते क्योंकि बच्चे में आई कमी नहीं बोलते या बोल नहीं पाते. So in my case, that was a relevant dialogue. So owing to this, there was a sense of inferiority that I developed in me, thus leading to the first academic failure of my life. Yes, I failed in my first year BCom because of the inferiority complex. So I realized soon enough that was not the time to give up, and hence I gathered myself and started singing a song. "तू चाल रे पुढं, तुला रे गड्या भीती कोणाची." So I pulled up my pants and working towards clearing all my KT papers. I was then promoted to SYBCom. I cleared all my KTs after sitting at home for 1 year. And yes, and I joined NSS, and it helped me to grow as a person and sow the seed of social work in me. And that was really an inspiring journey for 2 years. Not only for 20 marks, but as a person, NSS developed me a lot. And it made me realize how harsh the ground realities of our nation are. Because for the field work, we used to go in the tribal places, we used to go in the schools of Adivasi Padas and like the area of Dahanu and all the areas. So after I graduated, my friend Adesh and I started a proud Saksharta Varga in Indranagar settlement, which is nearby Gharda Circle. There we identify some house help living in Indranagar and decided to help them be literate. We started teaching them Marathi, and eventually they could read their names. They could read the name plate on buses, on bus stops, and grocery shops, and they were being educated. They can able to sign by their own. So these classes were held thrice in a week, and it was extremely motivating for us when these households come with their children to our classes. One event that ignited the spark in me, that is one felicitation program held in Rotary Club of Dombivli East near Gharda Circle for this project. Everyone was invited from our proud Saksharta Varga. So one lady exclaimed that the person who taught us to read and write is so far more important for us, the people we see in the photo as gurus. And that was very much inspiring or motivating. So our happiness knew no bounds, and that was the moment for me when I decided to walk into B.Ed course and start my career in the line of teaching also. So having gone through a situation where I felt inferior and myself low confident, inspired me to engage into many courses and degree in the field of education. For the love of learning, I completed my BCom, MCom, B.Ed and PGDMA from Somaya campus, and right now I'm pursuing LLB from Asmita College. So during my B.Ed days, we were sensitized, like we are a group of people working towards a community, and we were sensitized towards the condition of tribal school and low-income government schools. We identified many tribal schools and tribal places nearby Titwala, Badlapur, outskirts of Karzat. Most of the children, they don't go to school for 6 months because their parents work in weed bhatti. And 6 महीनों के लिए वो वीट भट्टी में रहते हैं, बच्चे घर पे रहते हैं, and they don't have the resources. So we tried to arrange some basic school supplies for them in order to ensure कि उनका जो learning है वो continuous रहे. So we tried to give them the resources जैसे स्टेशनरी हो गया या अदर स्कूल सप्लाईज हो गया, तो उनको मोटिवेट करे लर्निंग के लिए. सो वी मैनेज टू reach out 5,000 and plus children till now and provide them with the school supplies. It was during such a visit, I still remember in 2018, it was a month of June when schools are getting started, June or July. It was a rainy day, and we heading towards Khardi, and our destination is Thakurpada. There are two schools we were visiting. Destination was Thakurpada. There were 100 students, and we are into the donating stationery material. I met an equally passionate youth, Rahul Deshpande. He was pursuing engineering in those days, and he was very much keen about his vision for imparting education in the society, for the vulnerable society. So during the 3 hours of travel, we talked all sort of problem that existed in our education system, and also tried to brainstorm ideas on how we can bring a change. And this is not a one man's job to bring a change, or this is, you need a group of people, you need the gang, or you need avengers to tackle these kind of problems. Soon after, the brilliant bunch of 9 people, Rahul, Akshay, Charmi, Hetvi, Ashish, Sagarika, Tanmay and Swapnil, who are now co-founders of our Prangan Foundation and are educators. They are having a tremendous efforts. They are trying to their level best to impart values and impart education. So we met through Feeding India and Dombivli chapter and discuss about the idea on bringing about the change in society. It was during this conversation that we realized providing the children with the school supplies, food, and other tangible items would help them to sustain only few days. And in order to help them and sustain for a lifetime and to break the vicious circle of poverty, it was more important for us to make them realize the concept of education and literacy. In that 3 hours journey, both of us were convinced with the fact that if we impart education, it's gonna create impact on generations. I just wanted to put forward some statistics in front of you all. That is, SIR report 2014 says 52% of 5th grade students unable to read 2nd grade textbook. Yes, this is true. And this is the Indian education scenario right now. 52% of 5th grade students were unable to read 2nd grade textbook. Most of the students are the first generation learner in their family. Understanding the seriousness of the situation and considering the state of their learning, we decided to establish Prangan Foundation in the year 2018. As we say in our Indian culture, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Means world is one family. So Prangan ka idea hi wahan se aaya. So the name Prangan was chosen because Prangan translates to courtyard in Marathi, जिसको हम आंगन बोलते हैं. Most of the children are fortunate enough to have courtyard. Most of us are fortunate enough to have courtyard, और हमें एक ample of opportunity मिला सीखने के लिए, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि पडणं बागडणं, ठेस लागली तर आपण रडतो, पण त्यानंतर आपण काहीतरी शिकतोय. But there are many children that we work with never had an opportunity to do so because they are from vulnerable background, and their environment is not that much educated enough कि they can get a good suggestions or good education. So we aim at providing them at a courtyard to learn and flourish into the human beings, a better human beings. In order to establish the Prangan Foundation, we first engaged into immense amount of research and assessment. We visited many slum areas in Dombivli. While distributing the foods, we know many of the slum areas in Dombivli, that is Balaji Nagar, Anna Nagar, Kachoregaon. Through this, we are able to identify 80 odd students belonging to the slums of Dombivli, who were in dire need of education. After the students were identified, we moved on top to a local low-income government school because we needed a space for our teaching learning happen. Upon the further assessment, we concluded that these 80 odd children to go to vernacular medium school, owing which they were petrified of English language. Thus, we decided to begin with the first project, that is Project Chanchalman. You can see why the name is Project Chanchalman. Every child is very much keen to learn. जब तक उन्हें पता नहीं होता क्या पढ़ना है, तब तक they are very much चंचल. उनका मन बहुत चंचल होता है और they are ready to accept learning. Whatever you teach them, they are ready to accept. So under this project, we divided children into different levels based on their understanding of English language and then impart the knowledge of English to them. We started off with just a one center, few educators and handful of children. But now we have around 100 educators and volunteers. We call them change makers. 74 children and a vision to impact as many as lives as possible. Thus building a bridge towards education equity. Yes, we want to open doors to those children who can't say, may I come in? We want our children to say, every children who can say, may I come in? Yes, that the Super 30 dialogue बहुत relevant होगा हमारे लिए अगर हमारे सब बच्चे कह पाए सर may I come in. So we want to make sure कि every children can access education equally. I would like to share one story of our child, that is Sheetal. She was very much keen to learn, but she was not that much outspoken. I'm happy to share her story that she made one vlog by herself and uploaded on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. You can go through with our YouTube channel and watch our students' vlogs there. To conclude my talk here, I would like to share a very warm experience that I had. One day during the lockdown period, I received a phone call which said, Dada Olaklas ka? I said, I was unable to recollect the voice, and then he continued to say, दादा तुला आठवत असेल तर तू शिकवायला यायचास इंदिरानगर मध्ये. अँड आय सेड हो मी यायचो. तेव्हा तू खर्चेबाईंना शिकवायचास. मी बोललो हो मी शिकवायचो. तुला आठवतंय मी ऋतिक. आय सेड अरे वा ऋतिक तू आज फोन कसा केलास. ऋतिक म्हणाला दादा मी हे सांगायला फोन केला तेव्हा तू मला एक गोष्ट सांगितली होतीस की जर तुला तुझ्या फॅमिलीला एका चांगल्या पोझिशनला न्यायचं असेल, आईला बाबांना एका चांगल्या ठिकाणी पोहोचवायचं असेल तर तुला शिकावं लागेल. तुला या विशियस सर्कल ऑफ पॉवर्टी मधनं निघावं लागेल आणि तुला हे करण्यासाठी तुला ग्रॅज्युएशन करावं लागेल. मी म्हटलं हो सांगितलं होतं. तर दादा आज मी ग्रॅज्युएट झालोय आणि मला तुला भेटायचंय आणि तुला पेढे द्यायचे. दिस इज व्हॉट वी बिलीव्ह when we say inspire, impart and impact. This is our tagline. We as an educator, mentor, have the power to inspire people, impart knowledge and witness the impact that it's create. this was just a one boy who called me up. If we together take up the responsibility of educating everyone equally, I'm sure of the fact that India as a country will develop sooner than ever. Yes, India will develop sooner than ever. Thank you.